Welcome Trinidad and Tobago to our News 4 report, a product of the Government Information Services Limited and the Ministry of Communications. I'm Nicola Barreto. Let's take a look at the headlines. The Prime Minister underscores that her government will continue to work tirelessly with NGOs, CBOs and faith-based organizations. Members of staff from the Port Authority celebrate the Festival of Lights. And senior citizens will soon be able to receive their pensions, disability and public assistance grants in a single card. Thank you for joining us. The Honourable Kamla Bissessar, Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, underscores that her government will continue to work tirelessly with NGOs, CBOs and faith-based organizations operating in the country to ensure that her administration reaches out to the most vulnerable citizens. The Prime Minister was delivering a feature address at Bombay Dreams 3 at the Hilton Ballroom, where an exotic blend of culture, tradition and style unraveled.
Stunning, beautiful and radiant, as the head of government, Kamla Bissessar, struts her Indian way on the runway at Bombay Dreams 3. In delivering the keynote, the PM says each year citizens continue to be awed and inspired by the imaginative promise and creativity through the beautiful blend of culture, tradition and style of Bombay Dreams, which defines the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
50 years strong and proud, with so much more to offer to the world. Again, I congratulate the team who has put together this evening's show. And based on what we have experienced in the past, I know that we are about to witness a very wonderful evening.
The Prime Minister told the audience that their presence and donation towards the event brings light and hope into the lives of young women who otherwise would have found themselves desperate and alone.
For 3 years, Bombay Dreams has not only become a much anticipated showcase of the artistic talent of our land, but also a philanthropic adventure for those of you who understand we must open our hearts in love to assist in creating a better life for the less fortunate in our communities.
She recalls that in 2010, the inaugural Bombay Dreams gave its benefits to the Children Life Fund. The PM feels proud that the funds have saved lives of over 40 of our nation's children.
And it was through the generous donations from persons such as you and many others, we have spent about $12 million to provide specialized medical care to the children of our nation. Last year, the designated beneficiaries of Bombay Dreams 2 were the Salmon Shelter, a safe house for victims of domestic violence and their children, and Vita's House, a free hospice for terminally ill cancer. This year, Bombay Dream continues with its tradition of care.
Mrs. Bissessar says, as a mother and grandmother, it is always painful for her to learn of the physical and emotional pain so many women go through in this country. She notes, however, that it is through the good works of those who have made a contribution, brought a silver lining of encouragement and hope that shines brightly through positive actions.
As head of government, I assure you we will continue to work tirelessly with the many NGOs, CBOs and faith-based organizations operating in our country to reach our most vulnerable citizens. We recognize and appreciate your invaluable interventions and invite your feedback on how we may assist you in strengthening the voice and influence of NGOs, CBOs and faith-based organizations. As I've indicated in the past, it is only through rigorous and collaborative efforts that we might bring comfort to the many who are without options and with no one to share in their burdens.
As the nation gets ready to celebrate Diwali next week and Christmas next month, the Prime Minister made a plea for all citizens to do good and let love prevail above all things. Joseph Lopez, News 4.
Members of staff from the Port Authority came out to celebrate the Festival of Lights, Diwali, from the reenactment of the Diwali story of Ram and Sita returning to the city of Ayodhya to modeling competitions. Staff got a chance to participate and become part of the story. Deputy Chairman at the Port Authority, Suraj Persad, says all of society can benefit from the message of love and peace Diwali brings.
Bhukti Mukti Pradayini Mantra Murti Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute.
Prayers offered to Mother Lakshmi, goddess of fortune and blessings, in recognition of Diwali. Staff members of Port Authority came out to celebrate Diwali and participate in the festivities associated with it. Deputy Chairman at the Port Authority, Suraj Persad, gave insight into the occasion that is regarded as holy on the Hindu calendar.
Diwali is the festival of lights of the Hindu religion and is one of the many beautiful and significant festivals of our twin island nation. This festival of lights has deep meaning that is relevant not only for those of the Hindu faith, but has universal appeal in the guidance it offers to all mankind. The celebrated ideals of which are from untruth to truth, from the darkness of ignorance to the light of wisdom, from turmoil to peace, from wicked thought and attitudes to that which is noble. These are all but a few valuable lessons that we can learn from our faith.
He says seeking blessings from deity Mother Lakshmi was not just about material prosperity, but love and peace that can be received by all of society.
It is not just about material blessings, but wealth in the form of happiness, friendship, fraternity, reconciliation, and awareness of our spiritual selves. As we join in worship and celebration tonight, may Mother Lakshmi bring these blessings to all of us and to all our nation in this landmark year of our 50th anniversary of independence.
Mr. Persad calls on staff members and those in attendance to be inspired by the light of Diwali.
So as we light the diyas tonight, let us all remember that the important diya to be lit is the one in our mind and in our hearts. Let us be inspired by enlightened thoughts and truly make an effort to let the light of truth, wisdom, peace, love, and goodness shine through us.
Jaya Jaya Lakshmi Mata, He Mata, He Mata. Jaya Jaya Lakshmi Mata, He Mata, He Mata.
Kimberly Ramkalawan, News 4.
News 4 will continue right after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Senior citizens will soon be able to receive their pension, disability and public assistance grants in a single card. This as the Ministry of the People takes steps towards eliminating any chance of senior citizens being robbed of their grants. Minister of the People, Dr. the Honorable Glenn Ramadasing, says the direct deposit initiative is in its final stage of the pilot program and is near implementation.
Over 2,000 persons have begun to receive their pensions in the bank as part of the Direct Deposit Initiative. Minister of the People and Social Development, Dr. Glenn Ramadasing, confirmed this figure in light of recent reports highlighting the robbery of several pensioners of their checks coming to them in the mail.
2,061 persons receiving their pension by check. Now, 2,080 persons have successfully received their pensions, disability grant, and public assistance in their accounts. Their pension. In that number, in 2008, the pensioners have received 2,080 persons have received in Sandy Grande their pension, public assistance, and/or disability grant in the bank accounts.
Minister Ramadar Singh says the direct deposit system will include the smart card and other grants in one card, removing chances for pensioners to be victims of robbery.
The direct deposit is a success, and it is also the forerunner to the biometric smart card, which is at the Central Tenders Board while we speak, being deliberated upon. And with the biometric, if the pensioner has a food card or if they have any other grant, they will receive it in one card, and there will be no issue of theft anymore because no one will be able to use that card except them.
He adds that while the project has been an ongoing one over the past year and a half, the project is said to be in its final stage before implementation.
We are presently in the fourth phase in Sandy Grande, and the success of the direct deposit program has been tremendous, and the feedback has been very, 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 very warm from our clients. And therefore I wish to announce to the national community that we did not want to have a grand launch of this program. We preferred that the actions speak louder than the words.
The minister anticipates the initiative to make an impact on over 80,000 pensioners nationwide and the project to be fully implemented by March 2013. Veena Bharath, News 4.
Residents of Arima came out in their numbers to chip to the sweet sound of the national instrument, the steel pan, over the weekend. The event saw pan sides from across the nation come to perform under one umbrella, Pan Indirosa. Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister and MP for the area, Roger Samuel, expressed hope that the event would become an annual one.
Culture is alive in Santa Rosa. That's how MP for the area Roger Samuel is describing the Pan Indirosa event. Scores of steel pan bands turned out for the event, which saw patrons chipping to the sweet sound of pan music. Speaking at the Pan Festival held in Arima, MP Samuel says such events have the potential to foster community spirit among residents in the area.
Pan in the Rosa will be a signature event in the constituency of Arima, and as the MP of Arima, we will continue to now support and do these kinds of social projects to build the communities. Here it is in Santa Rosa. In December, it is Parang on the Bridge, and all of these other programs that we are doing to enhance and bring back the social strata of the society.
The minister says this is all part of his plans to revive the borough that was once the hub for activities.
Arima was a place that was a place that was known for activity, was known for sport. It was an exciting hub, and it has faded over the years, and for the last 10, 15 years, nothing has happened in Arima. I intend as the MP of Arima to revamp it, to restore it and bring back Arima to its glory days, not only in the sphere of social activities, but in the sphere of sport and all of the other things that we want to do in the next few years for Arima. So really I'm excited about this. When I see people happy, I am happy.
He adds that feedback received from the event has so far been positive and looks forward to it becoming a fixture on the calendar of events carded for the Arima district. Minister Samuel says recommendations are being considered to make the event a more successful one next year.
I'm certain you would not hear any negatives about this, but all you would hear are positives on how we can better it next year. As a matter of fact, so many people have come to me and said, Minister, I want to make a recommendation. You can do so and so next year. You can put the bands on the grass. You can do so to make it better. Give us freedom in the road to have a good time and stuff like that. And I implore that, and I'm excited because people are benefiting from what is happening, and I will continue to represent in that manner.
Kimberly Ramkalawan, News 4.
Sport is up right after the break. The Trinidad and Tobago Sport Caravan rolled into the sister isle last weekend and by all reports was a resounding success. The Tobago leg of this Ministry of Sport initiative was conducted over 3 days at the Dwight York Stadium in Bacolay and included programs designed to promote excellence in sport. Wayne Cunningham has more from last weekend's activities.
Day one of the Sports Caravan featured a coaching seminar with presentations from Tobagonian, Cuban, and Trinidadian coaches to an audience of more than 50 Tobago-based coaches of different sports disciplines. The presentation was followed by an open mic forum for the audience to express their ideas and concerns. On day two, Ministry of Sport coaches and a host of Tobago coaches conducted training sessions in 7 sporting disciplines, including football, cricket, track and field, volleyball, boxing, golf, netball, and basketball for more than 900 Tobagonian junior athletes. The highlight of day 2 was a javelin display put on by Olympic gold medalist Kishon Walcott. Walcott walked through the intricacies of his standing technique with 9 Fortunate Caravan participants. Talent identification sessions were conducted on the 3rd and final day of the caravan, where 70 junior athletes were shortlisted for future Ministry of Sport programs intended for elite athletes. The day's proceedings were concluded with the caravan's closing ceremony with featured remarks from the minority leader of the Tobago House of Assembly, Ashford Jack, Director of Physical Education and Sport, Dave Bob, Gerald Franklin, Tobago School Supervisor 2 and Track and Field Coach. Mr. Bob described the caravan as a success due to the large turnout of junior athletes and the enthusiasm shown by the athletes involved. Mr. Bob was also extremely impressed by the project's collaborative nature, as the caravan's success hinged on collective involvement of stakeholders from both islands. The power of sport was truly identified. The Director of Sport stated that working together as a team towards sport development can move mountains. The ministry also presented sports equipment to Franklin for use in future sports programs for further development of athletes in Tobago. Wayne Cunningham, News 4 Sports.
Well, the Trinidad and Tobago men's under-20 team opened with a 2-0 win over Puerto Rico at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium in Kingston, Jamaica on Monday in Group A of the Caribbean Football Union final round under-20 World Cup qualifier. Shaquille Henry of Presentation College opened the scoring in the 34th minute, and Central FC winger Shaquille Nesbitt wrapped up the 2-0 victory in the 89th minute for TNT to top the group ahead of Haiti by goal difference. Now, Haiti defeated Curacao 2-1 in the second match on Monday. The Young Warriors were in control early in the match but missed out on going ahead in the 22nd minute after skipper Dwayne Muckett had a penalty saved. Jamal Williams and Henry also missed a couple sitters as the match progressed. Eventually, Nesbitt stabbed home a left footer after Akeem Garcia whipped a crossover from the right to make sure of the win. Trinidad and Tobago meet Haiti next at Waterhouse Stadium, and this encounter could decide the group winner. A win will most certainly put Trinidad and Tobago into CONCACAF's final round next year in Puebla, Mexico, from which the top 4 nations will advance to the 2013 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Turkey. More news after the break. Stay with us. House of Jaipur invited patrons into the vivid kaleidoscope of the timeless mystery and beauty of India with Bombay Dreams 3. The creative genius of mailing, Heather Jones, Peter Elias and House of Jaipur came together to redefine ethnic wear at the Hilton Ballroom.
East Indian culture has taken the world by storm. This as the Hilton Ballroom comes alive with the colors, scents and smells of the East Indian culture. All of this will transport you to a world never seen before, to the East Indian subcontinent. Vibrant colors and rich textures graced the catwalk, giving patrons an opportunity to embrace the talent of our local designers. who took their breath away with all the bling and glitz that India is famous for. House of Jaipur prides itself of being one of the few showrooms in the Caribbean to highlight the East Indian artisan. News 4 understands that House of Jaipur was created through a labor of love and has prospered through the years, mainly because of the good wishes and positive energies of the patrons who continue to support it through the years. Established in 2003, House of Jaipur embraces the fusion of Eastern and West Indian culture and the influences of the lifestyle here in the Caribbean. Patrons were invited to cross the threshold of the Indian house and discover in it an extraordinary variety of style and decor, which can be fused comfortably with our island lifestyle. Their concept also promotes lifestyle and do not only focus on fashion and color, but also the way of life, textures and fabrics, and also handcraft materials and designs, even decor made from India. There was also an Indian tea room where customers can enjoy Indian snacks, served with a large selection of teas. So the decoration not only looks good, but it tastes really good as well. The event also included a cultural show which featured some of TNT's most prolific artists.
Yes, everybody moving now.
So make sure charge me for being racist and tell me don't take a chance with she. Don't let me catch you in that foolishness, trying to reach the Indian in me. Up in the air. One more time, come on. Jump up, you make me wanna throw my hands up. Up in the air. Hey, rise up, rise up. Everybody know what's that. Let me sing to you now.
Joseph Lopez, News 4.
Well, that's how we wrap up this edition of our News 4 report, a product of the Government Information Services Limited and the Ministry of Communications. I'm Nicola Barito. Thank you for joining us.